Hello, my name is Kendall Locklear, and in this presentation, I will discuss how high temperatures affect the foraging efficiency of the western honeybee, Apius mellifera. Honeybees are essential pollinators for many agricultural crops and wild plants. However, climate change is increasing the frequency of extreme heat events. These rising temperatures may influence honeybee behavior and reduce their ability to forage efficiently. This presentation examines scientific research on how heat stress above 95 degrees Fahrenheit affects the foraging behaviors of honeybees. The western honeybee, Apius mellifera, is one of the most important pollinators in the world. Honeybees contribute to the pollination of many crops, including fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Because of this, honeybees play a major role in global agriculture and food production. Honeybees also help maintain biodiversity by pollinating wild plants. Healthy honeybee populations are therefore critical for both agricultural and natural ecosystems. However, environmental changes such as climate change are creating new challenges for honeybee colonies. One of these challenges is increasing temperatures and heat stress. Honeybees function best within a specific temperature range. Typically, honeybee colonies perform most efficiently between 77 and 95 degrees Fahrenheit. When temperatures rise above this range, bees can experience heat stress. Heat stress occurs when environmental temperatures become high enough to interfere with normal biological processes. To protect the colony, worker bees may spend time cooling the hive by fanning their wings or collecting water. These behaviors require energy and time that might otherwise be used for foraging. Because of this, extreme heat may reduce the ability of honeybees to collect nectar and pollen from flowers. My research question for this presentation is, how does heat stress above 95 degrees Fahrenheit affect the foraging efficiency of Apius mellifera workers? To answer this question, several scientific studies have examined how temperature influences honeybee activity, behavior, and energy use during foraging. In the first experiment, researchers examined how temperature affects pollen collection. Scientists observed honeybees collecting pollen from flowers at different temperatures. They measured how frequently bees collected pollen and how much pollen was returned to the colony. The results showed that pollen foraging activity was highest at moderate temperatures. However, as the temperature increased, pollen collection decreased. This suggests that extreme temperatures can reduce the efficiency of honeybees when gathering important food resources for the colony. In another experiment, researchers studied how environmental conditions affect honeybee foraging activities. Scientists monitored honeybee colonies and measured how many bees left the hive to forage under different weather conditions. They compared bee activity levels with environmental factors such as temperature and solar radiation. The results showed that environmental temperatures strongly influence the number of bees leaving the hive to forage. As temperature changed, bee activity levels also changed. This study demonstrated that temperature is an important factor influencing honeybee foraging behaviors. A third study focused on how honeybees regulate their body temperature while foraging in hot environments. Researchers measured the body temperatures of flying bees and collecting nectar under high environmental temperatures. Temperature and solar radiation together explain about 78% of the variation in bee foraging activities. Overall, these studies show that high temperatures can significantly affect the foraging efficiency of Apis mellifera. Research demonstrates that temperature influences how many bees leave the hive to forage, how much pollen bees collect, and how much energy bees must use to regulate their body temperatures. When temperatures exceed about 95 degrees Fahrenheit, bees experience heat stress. This heat stress reduces their ability to gather food resources efficiently. As a result, extreme temperatures can negatively impact honeybee colony productivity. The significance of this is that climate change may increase heat stress events, reduce foraging may lower colony food resources, and pollination services could decline, and also understanding heat stress helps improve bee management. The information and figures used in this presentation come from several peer-reviewed scientific studies examining honeybee behavior, thermoregulation, and environmental influencing on foraging activities.